Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In the last video we had seen how to make a Python Anywhere account so that we can use it as a platform for programming. So today we are going to make a new file. So for that, on the dashboard you will have, in the option recent files, you will have this option open another file. When you click on this, you will get this dialog box where you need to name your file. So we'll first follow what is written already, slash home slash taskmaster, whatever your username is, and that in the background is just there in the background. It's not actually written. So you need to type this part, and then after you've done this, you will give the name to your file. Here I'm going to give it the name session1. Then after giving the name, you have to give the extension .py. This is important as it tells the computer that what had this to be treated as. So now we'll click on new file, and you will see that we have this. So now this, when you click on run once, you will see that there's this white portion and this black portion where there was something written in the beginning. So this white portion is called the editor. This is where you write your program, and when you write your program and you run it, this is where this black area is where it is executed. So we'll start with a simple, very simple program, which is print. Wait. Oh, so my cursor was accidentally in the execution box. So we'll click on the white portion and we will type print all in small caps because Python is a case sensitive program. So if this would have been capital P, this would have become wrong. So these are called keywords. Print and many other words, these are called keywords that have a specific meaning to the editor. The When you write print, it means that after that whatever you write in the parentheses will be executed as output in the black box. So after you write a print, you need to give open a bracket, double quotes, and then write whatever. You can write hello, this is my first program. So after this you close this, and then after this you run your program. So this is how it comes. This is the output. It's saying hello, this is my first program. So that is what the print function does. This is a function. So means after writing this, whatever you write in the brackets, according to what the function does, it will give the execution. So you have written a print. So this, you have double quotes on both sides representing that this is the part that has to be printed. But what if you want double quotes in the thing that you have to execute? So for that you do one thing, you press enter. On the next line you write print again, open the bracket, put the double quotes, and after that you have to write, I'm going to write a sentence to put something in quotes. Name is. Now after this, if you were just to put a double quote here and write, for example, Haldiram as an example, now this will be out of the quotes, because according, when the editor reads this, according to it, the text part has ended here. This is something else that you're writing. So that the program doesn't get confused, there's another thing you do. You put a backslash. So what the black backslash does is that now this code will also be printed. and we can put another quote here just like this, and then you can put a full stop and then put the actual quotes which ends the thing. So now after this, when you run your program, you can see that it has also printed those double quotes which you had put after a backslash. So this is how this is done. Now there is also another way of doing this, where in the print statement you can add multiple quotes. So you do this by first adding one quote, and then this, then you put a comma and you continue adding more quotes. My name is again, and Taskmaster. So when you do this and you run the program, it will show like this. Now this is showing space, but what if this was a list of items? For example, I write juice, fruits, veg, vegetables. For example, this was a grocery list for you. Now, grammatically, it won't make sense if it is just like this, if there are no commas. These commas are separating these quotes, but this means something else here. It is when you add this, it executes the sep value. I'll show you here the sep value. So this is what the value of this decides what happens between this and this quote when it is separated by a comma. So the original value of sep is space, which means a one white space between two quotes. So I'm going to add a comment here, which you do by adding a hashtag, and whatever you write after this hashtag is going to be a comment. Now comment is something that the editor does not take care of. If anything is after a hashtag, the editor will not do anything with it. It is a non-executable part of a program. So I'm just going to write original step value is space. And this is why in the previous print statement, when I had no spaces inside the quotes, the whole sentence still had its spaces, because the original value of this sep was space. So but you can even change this sep value. So like after you have put your whatever you want to execute, after that put another comma, write sep equals to, and then after that inside quotes you can add whichever thing you want in place of a space. So here I want a comma and a space to make it grammatically correct. So what this will do now is, after every quote is going to add a comma and a space. So now when we run this again, you will see now that instead of just spaces, they have their commas here. So this is the sep value, and after that there is another thing called end value. So I'm going to write here just I am and when now when I will execute this, it will, oops, I made a mistake here. So now see, this is what you call a syntax error. Syntax is the rules on according to which you write a program. Now, if what you've written is wrong in the execution area, it will show syntax error, and it might even be able to describe what has happened here. It is invalid syntax because I didn't open the bracket. So now, when I will run it, it will show I am Iron Man in 4 different lines. But this can be overcome by changing the end value. Like we have the sep value, there is also an end value is which executes when you print a statement on the new line in the editor. So the original end value is this. This means going to a new line. So this can be changed. So these things you put under single quotes, they're taken as have a completely different meaning. Now backslash slash n means that when you wherever you put this, it will go to the next line. Whatever you've written after that, it doesn't matter, it will go to the next line whenever this is outside the brackets. So the original value of end is next line. That is why whenever you start a new line in the editor, it also corresponds here. But even this, like the sep value, can be changed. This can be done by, if I want to just have space, I can just do this. So I have put 2 double quotes, and between them I have put 1 white space. This I can do for the others too. So end equals to white space. The end and sep values are similar in many ways, the only difference is where they are executed. So sep value is executed between commas within the same print statement, but end values are executed after every new line. So I'm not going to write end here because it doesn't not make sense to put a space after the last word. So now when I click on run, you will see now, even though this had been put in 4 different lines, here it is showing in one line and it's showing I am Iron Man with spaces. So this is how you can, here not only space, you can put any symbol whatsoever. You can and symbol, brackets, minus, plus, comma, colon, semicolon, anything can be made the end value, and anything can be made the sep value. You can change the values according to your requirements at any point in time, but make sure that there has to be a comma after the last quotes for sep value, and it has to be within the print statement within these parentheses, and for end also it has to be in the after a comma, and that has to be within parentheses. You need to be careful about this, otherwise it will show syntax error, and maybe you might not be able to understand what have you done wrong. So this was all about print statements today, the most basic function I would say in Python or in any language, for any programming language for that. So this was today, we were working with how print statements, and I have some questions for you which you can practice. So these are 2 questions. The first question is, write a one line program means the whole program should just be one line of code. It shouldn't go to another line. It should be just be one, no two or three. A one line program which prints the multiplication of numbers by typing multiplication sign only once in the whole one line program. So means in that whole one line, the multiplication sign can be only typed once. You cannot type in multiple times. So I have also given an example for that, how will it be shown. And then another question is, write a program to print a list of prices and dollars. So like $2, $5, $6, $100. like that, putting each price value in a new print statement. So each price value has to be printed on the code to be given is to be given for to be a new line for every price and a new price, and such that the dollar sign isn't in the main double quotes. So means the double quotes in which you're giving the value, it shouldn't have the dollar sign. It has to be given separately. It has to be separately mentioned. An example of how it will be executed is, oops, I pressed caps lock. Example, it has to be like this. Then you can even, no, just keep spaces, or you can even add commas if you like, and like dollars, any random value. Again, just, yeah. So this is how your program should be executed. You can click a screenshot of this and you can try this on yourself to understand basically what this is all about. So this was the end of this program. I hope you have understood everything, and I hope you will try these questions. It's for your own betterment, it's for your own help. Please do programming, I insist. And see you in my next video. Please like and subscribe to my channel for such more amazing videos, and also for videos in the gaming, cooking and craft sections. So see you next time. This is the Taskmaster signing off. Bye.